Hey guys, welcome back to Economics and Comics. So this is another test video we did on CGC and CBCS. I'll tell you what I did, and I've got useful information here for you guys. This is an informational video. It can really help you make your decisions, but there's a lot of interesting things I found out. So on July 23rd, let's make sure that's right. Let me make sure that's right. I'm checking the dates right here. I'm going to double check. Okay, cancel that. July 20th, I shipped out 2 packages, 25 books each, 25 to CGC and 25 to CBCS. This is what I did. The Prescreen 9.8 for all of them, okay? What that means is they get the books. They grade them first without slabbing them. If they are not a 9.8, they return them to me. If they are, they grade them, and then they return them to me, okay? I am going to tell you how long it took from the day I sent it till the day it returned to my home, how many total days, not business days, total days it took. I'm going to break down some of the tiers that each company offers. I'm going to break down some of the bonuses and the costs. So stay tuned, okay? So here we go. Number one thing, time, okay? I shipped it off on July 20th. I'm receiving it. I'm making the video today, but anyway, I received the CBCS books on September 18th and the CGC books on September 22nd. Basically, it took 60 days from shipping to receiving for me to get my CBCS order, and 64 days from shipping and receiving to get my CGC order. Regardless, that's very close in time. Not a big deal. I didn't fast track. I wanted to be as affordable as possible. Just regular grading tier modern. No fast track, no press, no nothing. Just a Prescreen 9.8. Now, there are 2 different programs. There are multiple programs for each company, but I'm going to tell you the cost of each book, okay? If you get the elite membership at CGC, it's $300 a year. $300 a year. What that gives you is 15% off, as well as other little things. 15% off grading, okay? At the top elite tier for CGC. Also, of that $300, I believe $150 of it you can use as credit on your first submission, okay? So basically, it comes out to $17 a book with the $300 membership at CGC. I want to break this down for you, okay? $17 a book with the $300 elite membership with CGC. Now, there is a membership at CBCS. It was $100. I think it's like a bronze. They have all types of levels, but I wanted to get the discount, right? So at $100, $16, okay, a book. So it's $1 cheaper, okay? Now, there are some interesting facts here, and I want you to understand. When you send a Prescreen 9.8 tier, you say to CGC, you have to send in 25 books. You cannot send in 24. You have to send a minimum of 25 books to do a Prescreen tier, which means you can say 9.4, 9.6, 9.8, what you want, that grade or higher, or you want the book back. So I sent in 25 books to CGC, Prescreen 9.8. If one comes back, it's not a 9.8, they charge you $5. okay? There is a fee of $5. You don't have to pay for the graded fee of $17, but for them to pre-screen and determine that it's a 9.8 or not, it costs $5 if they return it. If it passes, they don't charge you anything because they're going to charge you $17 or $18 or whatever tier you're at for the grading, okay? So I had one fail at CGC, and they charged me $5 for that book, okay? And they returned the book. Now, CBCS has a pre-screen feature too, and this is all from my learned experience here. You do not have to send in 25 books to get the pre-screen option. You could send in one. And they don't all have to be the same grade. So if you, let's say you send in 11, you can say, look, I want that to be a 9.8 at least. I want this one to be maybe a 9.2 or better. I want this one to be a 6.0 or better. It doesn't matter. You can specify what grade you have to meet on each comic or they return it. Okay? Now, that's the first bonus, okay? Look, there's a lot of positives over to CBCS, but I want to tell you everything because I use both, okay? Let's say you send in 10 books at CBCS for the pre-screen option, no matter what the grades are, okay? Let's just say, for instance, you say all 9.8. If 70% of your books, 7 of those get 9.8s, and the other 3 don't, you do not pay the rejected fee of pre-screen. It's free. So you could send in 100 books and say, I want all 9.8s. If 30 of them are not 9.8s, you do not get charged. So 70% of your order, if it passes the test, the rest of rejects is free. Now, let's say you send in 10 and half of them get rejected. Then you're going to get charged. But it's $4 a reject fee. Okay? So the bonus here is you can send whatever amount you want and pre-screen it at CBCS. The reject fee is $4. But if your order is 70% or better of what you predicted, the other rejects are free. I think that's very interesting. Now, this is a very noob mistake that I made, guys. I made a huge mistake, okay? And I usually don't. I pretty much know everything there is to know about this shit. But I made a mistake. And I'm going to tell you the mistake so you don't make it. On my CBCS order, I sent in 25.98, right? I got 4 back. They didn't, of rejects, right? They didn't charge me because I had more than 70% pass. So they didn't charge me the rejects. But those 4 books had damages on the corners. Significant damage. I don't send in damaged books. I pre-screen myself first. I'm very picky. I want to make sure that I'm getting my most bang for my buck, okay? I don't send in stuff with spine crease dings on the corners, okay? Each company offers insurance. You can insure the book to whatever value you think it is for cases like this. The problem is I didn't take pictures of the front and back of the book. So I can call them and say, look, something happened when you received the books. You dropped 4 of them. They're all damaged on the same corner. They're damaged. I want my insurance. No. I'm sure I could call them bitch for an hour and maybe get it. But the secret is here, if you took pictures of all your books before you send them, this is the number one thing you need to do, guys. The one thing I didn't do. Because I usually don't have any problems. but I did this time. So they cannot argue with you if you take a picture of the front and the back of the book, and then if you get your books back and they're damaged, you can take a picture of those and send those back to and say, look, you guys damaged my books. I insured them. I want the money. So make sure to take pictures of your books front and back before you send them in. Okay? That way, if you can get your insurance money on the books if they so happen to damage them. Now, it could have happened during shipping or it could have happened at their business. I don't know. But that's why they have insurance, for that reason. So make sure to take your pictures. Overall, I thought it was very interesting. They billed me at the exact same time and day. It was so weird. On the 14th, I believe, they both billed me. They had completed their thing. Some of the things I kind of don't like from both companies is their statuses. So you can check your order status. Most of the time it says processing or received. And it'll sit like that for months. It doesn't show you, it used to show you every stage. Granted, CGC did say pre-screen, then it moved to grading, quality control, then it moved to shipped. So they did update pretty much. I did have to call and say what's going on. CBCS just said processing the whole time. And I called and they said, oh, it was at the heat press. They don't heat press. It's sonically sealed. Then I called 2 weeks later. They said the same thing. So it just all of a sudden went to completed, shipped. I didn't get to follow the process, which a person with OCD like myself does. So there are plus and minuses here, but here's the deal. Last time rundown. 60 days, 64 days. 60 days CBCS, 64 days CGC. Not much of a difference, okay? And that's it. You have to if you want to pre-screen your comics at CGC, you have to send 25 in to do that option. At CBCS, you can send in 1. It doesn't matter. And you can do all different grades. A reject fee for CGC is $5. A reject fee for CBCS is $4. But if 70% of your order is not rejected, anything that got rejected after that is free. And I guess the most important lesson here, also at the $300 elite package for CGC membership, I got my stuff down to $17 a slab. And at the $100 program with CBCS, I got it down to $16 a slab. Everything at CBCS is just a little bit cheaper. Now they have the new case. They're very well competing. They're offering on the different pre-screens. I think that CBCS is grading harder than CGC. I don't know. It's hard to tell, kind of, just because when I send a book off to get graded, they're perfect. Like, if they're in the 9.8 tier, like they have to be perfect. So it's hard to tell, especially when a reject comes back. You're like, what's wrong with that? Or unless it's damaged. And the final thing is, before you send in any books, take a good picture, quality picture of the front and back cover and save it somewhere in your computer or on your phone. So if you get books back that are rejected or damaged, you can prove that they weren't damaged when they left your home. Okay? That's the most important thing. Regardless, I think that CGC and CBCS are your best options. Their cases are the best. And that's it. I don't know what else to say. It's so close. There are more options, and you save a little bit of more money with CBCS. But overall, the shipping times and everything like that are very, very similar. Of course, it's been 2 months. So now I have all these orders out there. I'm going to be getting slabs and stuff in constantly for for the next couple weeks. But I wanted to do this type of comparison video for you. You can check out my the test where I send the one book to all different sites, all different places, and how they grade that one book, depending if you want. But I think this is a great informational one for those deciding who should I ship to, who will take longer. It's pretty much the same, guys. Who has what are the options in regard to pre-screening, what to do if you get a rejected book. Don't make the mistakes I made, and times and prices and packages and all that. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something, and I love you. Stay sick.